Math Day, Great Day, Math Lead learners. Welcome to Mathematics Lead Channel, where we turn your worries into mastery. I am Prayeri, and together let us have fun while learning. Our topic for this video are geometric means, the nth term of a geometric sequence, and the sum of the terms of a given finite or infinite geometric sequence. For our learning objectives, at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to identify geometric sequence, find the geometric mean, nth term, and sum of geometric sequence, and solve problems involving geometric sequence and series. But before we proceed to our discussion, let's first have an engaging activity. I have here three questions and observe the figures and numbers and guess what would be the next term. First, how many green circles will be in the next term? That's right, it's 40. Secondly, how many green circles will be in the next term? That's right, it's 24. How about this one? What is the value of y if x is 2? Correct, it's 108. So these questions are finding the next term of geometric sequence. But first, what is geometric sequence? So geometric sequence or geometric progression is an ordered set of numbers that progresses by multiplying or dividing each term by a common ratio. Here we have 3, 6, 12. So this is a geometric sequence since we obtain the next term by simply multiplying the first term by a common ratio. Here, our common ratio is 2 since 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. So common ratio refers to the number that we use to multiply or divide each term, and term refers to each number in the sequence. So it is easy for us to determine what would be the next term by simply multiplying the common ratio to the previous term. But how about this? We are given only four terms and we are tasked to find the 10th term. So here we have 3, 9, 27, 81. And that and we are tasked to find the 10th term. So we can do this manually by simply multiplying the last term by the common ratio until we arrive at the 10th term. But we can also use this formula. A sub n is equals to a sub 1 multiplied by r raised to n minus 1, where a sub n is the nth term of the sequence, a sub 1 is the first term of the sequence, and r is the common ratio while n is term number. So here in our problem, we know that our a sub 1 is 3, our ratio is 3 since 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, and so on. While our n is 10 since we are tasked to find the 10th term. By substitution, we will get a sub 10 is equals to 3 times 3 raised to 10 minus 1. And by performing this operation, we will get a sub 10 is equals to 59,046. So that is our 10th term. So this is how you find the nth term of a given geometric sequence. But how about the geometric means? So geometric mean is defined as the nth root of the product of n numbers. It is the average of a set of products. So we have here 3 as our first term and 768 as our last term. And we are tasked to find the 3 middle terms. In order for us to get these 3 middle terms, let's first find what is the ratio. And first, and the formula for our ratio is r is equals to n minus 1 root of a sub n over a sub 1, where r is the common ratio, n is the number of terms, a sub 1 is the last term, and a sub n is the last term rather, and a sub 1 is the first term. And we will 768 is our a sub n, our a sub 1 is 3, and our n is 5 since we have the first term, the last term, and the three middle and the three missing terms. So by substitution, we will get r is equals to 5 minus 1 root of 768 over 3. And by performing this, we will get r is equals to 4. So now that we have our ratio, what we're going to do is multiply the ratio to our first term in order for us to get the second term. So here, 3 times 4 is 12. So our second term is 12. Now that we get the second term, can you get the third and the fourth term? Okay, that's right. Our third term is 48 and our fourth term is 192. So that's how we get the geometric mean. But how can we answer it if the first term is missing? For example, here, the first two terms is missing, and we are only given the third, fourth, and fifth term. So here we can also use the we can also use the we can also do we can also get the ratio first for us to figure out what is these two terms. So a sub n is 4,802, and we will use 98 as our first term since our first term here is still missing, and the n is equals to 3 since these three are the only given values. So by substitution we will get 3 ir is equal to 3 minus 1 root of 4,802 divided by 98, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is the square root of 49. So the square root of 49 is 7. So now that we have our ratio, what we're going to do is divide this third term for us to get the second term. So if we're going to get the next term, we will multiply it. But since we are going to get the previous term, we will divide it. So 98 divides 7, we will get 14. And 14 divides 7, we will get 2. So we will get 2. So this is how we get the n term, the geometric mean, and the first term. But how about the sum of geometric sequence? So geometric sequence has two types. So finite geometric sequence and infinite geometric sequence. For finite geometric sequence, it is a sequence that contains a finite number of terms. It has the beginning and the end. So here, our end is 96 and our beginning is 3. So this is a finite geometric sequence. In order for us to get the sum of a finite geometric sequence, we have here the formula S sub n is equals to a sub 1 multiplied by the quantity of 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus n minus r, where s sub n is the sum of the terms and the a sub 1 is the first term, r is our common ratio. So here our a sub 1 is 3 and our ratio is 2 since 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, and so on. And our n is 6 since we have 6 terms. So by substitution, we will get as the sum of these 6 terms of this geometric sequence is equals to 3 multiplied with the quantity of 1 minus 2 raised to 6 all over 1 minus 2. And we will get S sub 6 is equals to 191. So, meaning, if we add 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 24 plus 48 plus 96, we will get 191. So, on the other hand, the infinite geometric sequence is a sequence that contains infinitely many terms. So, here in infinite geometric sequence, we have the number of infinitely many terms, meaning it does not end. So here, here we have 8, 4, 2, 1, 1 half, and so on. And in order for us to get the sum of this geometric sequence, we can use this sum of the infinite geometric sequence is equals to a sub 1 over 1 minus r, where r must be in between 0 and 1. In this example, our r is 1 half, since 8 times 1 half is 4, 4 times 1 half is 2, and so on. So by substitution, we will get 8 divided by 1 minus 1 half. And by performing this operation, we will get the sum of this infinite geometric sequence as 16. Meaning, if we add 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 half and so on, we will get closer and closer to 16, but will not greater than 16. And and that's how we get the sum of infinite and finite um, ge- geometric sequence. And now it's your turn. For our developing competencies, answer these following problems. You can take a screenshot or pause the video in order for you to have plenty of time answering these problems. And now I will show you the answer and compare if you got the correct answer. These are the answers, and that concludes my discussion about geometric sequence. And thank you so much for listening, and God bless.